Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Well, I should say every pony in this case. Today I'm going to be showing you guys all of the My Little Pony G4 customs that I've made so far. I had a great time making these, so I hope you enjoy! Okay, so first off I have Starlight Glimmer. She is the first custom that I have made. I used a rarity that I found on eBay. I used apple barrel acrylic paints for her coat, eyes, mane, tail, and cutie mark. I also added some clay to her horn to lengthen it. I glued on her tail with some tacky glue. Here is a close-up of her cutie mark. I tried to match it to the show as closely as possible. She cannot swivel her head due to her mane being glued onto her neck. Starlight Glimmer is one of my favorite ponies of all time. The clay I use is Creative Paper Clay. You can find this in Michael's. The next pony that I made is Derpy Hooves. I had to do a lot of trial and error getting the correct coat color for her. She's supposedly this bluish gray color. Again, I used apple barrel acrylic paint for her colors. And I used Creative Paper Clay for sculpting. Fluttershy was the base pony. Here is a close-up of her magnificent face. And here is a close-up of her cutie mark. Up next is another one of my favorite characters, and that's Babs Seed. I had to mix orange and a light brown paint for her coat. Her mane and tail are just two different shades of pink. I am honestly very surprised that Hasbro did not make a toy of her, at least in a brushable form. It sucks she did not appear at all during any of the later seasons of the show. Considering she was the 4th Cutie Mark Crusader, I was expecting a lot more appearances. Here is a better look at her face. I added in the freckles. Here is a close-up of her cutie mark. The next pony is Button Mash. If you are unaware of who he is, he was a one-time background pony whose only major shot was in the Season 2 episode Hearts and Hooves Day, playing an arcade game. Here I have his pre-Season 5 design, because for some odd reason, Hasbro decided to whitewash my boy during this time. I honestly really like his design. He is one of the very few naturally colored ponies of the show. He is also the first cult that I've made. Since he is a blank flank, I don't have a cutie mark to show off. I can, however, show you his little propeller hat that he wears. It can come off. I made it using air dry clay, a toothpick, and some cardstock painted light green. I made another stallion, and it's Flash Sentry. I used a reboot style Soren. It was fun to make him since I haven't made any fully grown stallions yet. It was also a challenge to sculpt his mane, but it was a welcome one. You can move around his wings, which is pretty cool, I guess. You can also articulate his head since there is no clay to cover the neck swivel. I forgot to show that off with Button earlier, but he can do it as well. I just gotta be really careful. Here is a better look at his cutie mark. I kinda messed this one up. Next we have Sunburst. He certainly was a fun one to make. I used a reboot style shining armor. Sunburst is another one of my favorite ponies. The cape cannot come off, unfortunately. For the cape that he wears, I used blue felt that I had lying around my house. I kind of messed up making the patterns on it, but I think it's fine. I used puffy paint for it. I used some wire that I found at a bargain store for his glasses. They're glued on. It is hard to see with the cape in the way, but I did paint his cutie mark underneath since I did not glue down the rest of his cape. The next custom is Prince Blueblood. or, as I like to call him, Prince Blue Chud. I used shining armor for him. He was one of the easiest customs to make, since I didn't need to paint his coat. I painted his hooves things. Hopefully you can see it on camera if I fix it up. Also, here's that suit that he wears. Here's a better look at his cutie mark. I'll be honest, I don't really get what the hell it's supposed to mean. I went back into making more mares. We have Trixie Lulamoon, also known as the Great and Powerful Trixie! I added some clay around her horn to lengthen it. I went ahead and used her pre-season 7 design since I believe it makes her stand out from the rest of the mares, where they have 2 eye shines instead of 1. Her eyelashes are also facing forward, which is, again, unique to Trixie. It is hard to tell on camera, but her mane and tail are supposed to be 2 shades of an extremely light blue. Here is a better look at her face. I really like the expression I gave her. It makes her look very smug. Here is her cutie mark. We have lightning dust next. She was made using a rainbow dash, which is quite ironic, I should say. Her mane and tail were one of my favorite things to make during her. I also gave her a sort of determined face. She looks angry though. Unlike the rest of the mares here, she can swivel her head, though her wings get in the way. Here is a better look at her cutie mark. I'm not very good at painting stars. Next we have Maud Pie, who is Pinkie Pie's older sister. She is also known as the greatest pony of all time. I used Pinkie to make her. I love Maud's design. It is very simplistic, but it fits her extremely well. I also like her eyes. I sculpted on her dress, and since it covers her cutie mark, I don't have to show it off. The last one from the show is Moon Dancer. She is the latest custom that I have made so far. I sculpted on her sweater as well as little details on it. I also gave her her updo, because without it, she is just a Twilight recolor. She is very adorable regardless. Her glasses are from the Series 5 G7 LPS. If you look closely, I attempted to give her some of the gradients in her eyes. I also gave her her thick eyebrows. Here is her cutie mark. Okay, so this next one is an OC that I made. Her name is Basil Leaf and she is a chef. I chose green for her since not too many ponies are green. Here is her cutie mark. It is a basil leaf with a knife next to it. I also gave her a lot of freckles. She is a very paranoid pony. Think of the flower ponies in Ponyville. Okay, so that's it for today. For future ponies, I plan to make Lyra and Bonbon, Big Macintosh, Cheese Sandwich, and others that I am blanking on names right now. Thank you every pony for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos. Also, if you'd like, you can follow me on Instagram. I'll see you next time.